I'm Jo McMullen. I'm the manager of KVSC, the university radio station, and we're preparing very deep into the planning of our Trivia Weekend, our biggest community event of the year. Trivia Weekend is always the second weekend of February, so it's February 11th, 12th, and 13th this year. It's a 50-hour contest, so it starts on a Friday at 5 p.m. and it's continuous until 7 o'clock on a Sunday, where we need volunteers and teams are out there playing as long as they possibly can stand it for those 50 hours. You got to choose a headquarters, so an apartment, a house, sometimes we have in a residence hall, a dorm, and that's where your team will play out of. And you get as many people as you possibly can. I suggest trying to get, if possible, more than just people. You want people of all kinds of age groups. You know, you want people who know old movies and old TV shows, as well as little young kids who know cartoons. Because the questions are going to be asked 9 questions an hour on the radio. Speed round, it's double. And there's also audio questions and visual questions. And we ask the questions over the air, and then when your team is playing, you have until we give the answer out to keep calling into our answer hotline to try to guess the answer. It's not bar trivia, it's not Trivial Pursuit. It's more of an information treasure hunt. There are some top of mind questions, usually 1 or 2 questions an hour you will just know. They're just to keep people engaged and they're just quick answers. But with the internet, everything's so searchable that they become much more challenging. It's more about how do I find the answer with the internet as a tool, not just punching it in on the internet. We don't really want it to become a bunch of people at computers just punching in and finding the answer. For teams playing, you really have to strategize who's going to be on your team. You have a good headquarters, who's going to prepare some food to keep you going besides just pizza all weekend long. We tell teams, particularly first-year teams, think about sleep schedules because you get all energized and by about Saturday afternoon everybody's kaput and nobody's calling in guesses. On our side of things, we have about 30 people working the phone banks, taking all these questions and guesses. Very interactive, very fun. You get to know some of the teams by their name and their number, and you're part of the volunteers are really the lifeblood of success. They're the reason why these teams have so much fun because they're working the phone bank. And as soon as they hear us close a question on the air, that means they can no longer guess, and we give the answer out. And so it's just live and die by that timeline. The theme this year is one that came from, we did some social media where we actually put some stuff on Facebook and Twitter, and we've had other volunteers, players could give us ideas, and it came from a listener. It's Superheroes of Trivia. And it seems like maybe I'm more sensitive because superheroes is our theme and we announced it last summer. Everywhere I turn, there's superheroes, between new TV shows, between commercials for everything from credit cards to household cleaners. Superheroes in movies are just coming out left and right, from the Green Lantern to forthcoming movies. So it's a really good theme. It's everything from the early era of comic books to films to just the trivia pop culture of superheroes.